is Lottie and I am a ghost hunter here on YouTube, and this is a new channel where I'm just going to like sit back, tell you my crazy experiences, my crazy theories, basically just talk a load of waffle, and it's just going to be like a feral, crazy, fun experience. So if you're down for that, stick around. And before I get into the video, I will say, guys, do not freak out. I know I'm wearing brown. I'm not wearing black. I always wear black, but I feel like this is basically black and I just think it's cute. So don't worry, I'm still my mysterious witchy self, but today we're just not in black, okay? We're over it, we're moving on. Get over it, guys, okay? It is what it is. So in this little video, I'm going to speak to you all about Ouija boards, or spirit boards, which is what I like to call them. And that is because the word Ouija board, people say it, they instantly have a negative, fearful, terrifying imagination, right? And so you should, you should be terrified because they can be scary, they can be scary. But I do believe that boards can also be used in a positive way. That can be to communicate with some spirits if they're unable to do it in another way. If you want to have like an in-depth conversation, maybe with spirit guides, whatnot. But you should only do it if you know what you're doing. Was I one of those idiots that didn't know what they were doing and decided to dabble with the old board? Oh yes, I was. Did I do that many times and accidentally traumatise myself? Oh, I bloody well did. And I didn't touch one for many, many years because I was very, very frightened, okay? But I'm going to talk to you about it today, all about Ouija boards and why I don't think people really should do them unless they really know what they're doing, okay? Because this is some serious, serious stuff. When you're opening a table, number one thing, have you protected yourself? If you've not protected yourself or you don't know how to protect yourself, back off, put it away, put that, whatever you're using down, don't do it, okay? Get some advice of someone that actually knows what they're doing, because when you are opening up that board, what are you doing, guys? You're opening up a door. You're a beaming light to any old spirit wandering past. Mr. Bob, the spirit over there, will go, what's going on over there? And he'll come in. You don't know who these people are, do you know what I mean? Especially if you've not got a strong sense of intuition. You don't know. So you shouldn't be messing with spirit boards, okay? Now, when I was younger, I absolutely was fascinated by everything and anything magical, mystical, ghosty related, okay? I wanted to do and know everything. And I decided on many occasions I was going to dabble. My mother very clearly said to me, Lottie, I know you're a weird girl. No, she didn't say that. No, but she just said, look, do not play with a Ouija board. And she was serious. She was like, do not do it. My mother had had an experience and she was frightened by them. And she was like, do not do it. Like, don't be stupid. Absolutely, categorically, no. Now, I was a teenager at the time. Do you think I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to listen to my mom? Do as I'm told? No. I was rebellious. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew what was best. I was like, you can't tell me what to do. So what did I do? I had a sleepover. I wrote out A, B, C, D, whatever, all the way to Z, right? The numbers, yes, no. Wrote it all out on A4 piece of paper. Got my scissors. Cut it out. And I laid all of the stuff out around my mum's table when she wasn't there. And I made my own DIY Ouija board. Did I have a proper thing to use? No. Did my mom have proper china glasses and shot glasses in the cupboard in the dining room? Oh, she did. And I absolutely stole one of her crystal shot glasses to use to communicate with the dead. And yeah, basically me and my friends, we dabbled many times. We had some really scary stuff come through. I'm sure a lot of it was just everyone was messing around. But we did once have someone come through that said there was someone's granddad or grandmother, I can't quite remember now, and said the nickname they used to call the person, and this guy was in tears because none of us would have known. That was weird. Me and my friend did one once, and it basically come through saying like, get off this, and it said, I said, who are you, like, who do you feel like connected you want to speak to? And it come to me, and I was like, holy shit. This is too much for me, this is. And I said, well, why? Why do you want to speak to me? And it said, we see. And I was like, mate, what do you mean, we see? What do you see? And it said, we see. And I said, well, how many of you are seeing this we see and want to speak to me? And it said, 27. And I was like, don't know what that means. Don't know what that means to this day. And we very quickly just ended the whole thing, and we were like, nah, this is too much, okay? It was too scary. And then we had like we had a crazy thing happen, and it scares me to speak about it. It's, you know what? This actually was the scariest thing. Yeah, it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. Hands down. Oh my Christ, I'm not ready for this. Okay, right. If you're standing, I suggest you sit down. You just sit down and get comfy for a moment. Get your drink, get your snack, because this is about to go like crazy. Like when I said in that video before, all my experiences could be like legit. Like we could write a movie, guys, and it would be terrifying. This is one of those key moments where I was like, holy shit. Oh my God. And I didn't go near anything paranormal, ghosty for a while, because I was like, oh, I'm in too deep now. This is crazy. So that same friend, right, that I did the board with DIY, and it said we see 27 people, all very like doomsday, whatever. She come round, and we chucked it all in this box, and it was in the drawer. So say I'm me, obviously, and I'm sat here. There's drawers next to me, and it lived in there, right? My bed was in front of me, and she was sat on the end of the bed, and I was on like my dressing table stool sort of thing. Okay, right? Scary. She was staying the night. That's not what was scary, right? So she's sat there and I'm here, and I go, oh, maybe when my mum goes to bed later, we should get the board out and speak to the dead again, right? All very dramatic, as children do. And she was like, oh yeah, what a great idea. Anyway, I got the box out of the drawer, and I just chucked it, and I just chucked it on my bed, you know, just like, yeah, we'll deal with that later. Chucked it there. Anyway, so we're in the room, and it's all going all like, it's just... we just started getting freaked out. Like, I don't know, we were just whatever, but we just felt scared after we got this box and chucked it in the corner, right? And we swear we could hear like strange, like this sort of noise. Okay, you get what I'm saying, like a scratchy noise, and we were like, what the F was that, right? And I text my mum, because we were just like froze, because we were like, oh my God, like something scary is happening. I texted my mum to come upstairs, and she just ignored me, and I was like, that's so rude, whatever. Anyway, and then you know what, considering I am a ghost hunter, as seedy as, well, I wouldn't say seedy as, but I am a ghost hunter. I do it many times a week. I'm still such a baby. You know what? I'm not ashamed. Am I always going to be a baby? Absolutely. Am I embarrassed about it? No. Anyway, this story is crazy. Okay, so she's sat there. Right, sorry. Pull it together. Right. Okay, this is my bed. The box is here. Yeah? So say she's sat here, right? So next to her, and by the way, just before I tell this story, I swear on my life, I swear on Ro, my cat, Otto, my cat, I swear on Jordan's life, my parents' life, my sister, everybody's life, that this happened, right? And I will never, ever have, like, just it happened. Like, there's nothing anybody could say that will convince me this didn't happen, because it happened, right? So she's sat there, and next to her, I see my duvet just lift up, like just like someone pinched it. Do you know what I mean? Like that. And I went, oh my God, I was like, oh my God. I was like, did you just see that? Then, as she looked, my duvet went like this. It went tush, 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 like someone was like pinching it. Do you know what I mean? Like pinching it, going towards the box. Mate, we screamed. And we ran for our lives. We ran downstairs, and I was like, ah! I was like, oh, next year I was like, we did the Ouija board, I'm so sorry, and then the sheets started moving, and she was like, guys, just chill out. She confiscated the board. She told us off, and it absolutely traumatised me. Nah. And anyway, the only time I then started using a board again was when I started working in a spiritualist shop. They still to this day use boards to help spirits by, like, with their spirit guides and whatever. And I've done it in a controlled situation where, you know, they've like taught me through the right way to do it and protecting the board. And I've done a lot of work with like my spirit guides and my intuition and blah 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 blah, which I didn't have any of that knowledge before. I literally think we like looked online, it was like spin it 3 times and say like hello, like, you know, like whatever it says on Google. Like, that's literally what we did, and like, that's just crazy. Anyway, so it can be dangerous, because what the effing jeffing hell was going to happen when it got to that box? Mate, that was crazy. Honestly, it was mental. Mental, right? I'm still shocked. I mean, how old was I? I'm going to say I was 15, so that was like, what, 16 years ago, and it still scares me. Like, honestly, I'm not even joking, I might not sleep now because that was so scary. It was so scary. Proper horror movie stuff, you know? So, yeah. People will say, like, why don't you do the board, like, on your videos? Like, I've had other YouTubers say, like, oh, can we do, like, the Ouija board? And you know what? No. No, I have done a board once on, like, when I very first started on YouTube, right? But I very quickly realised that with YouTube, it doesn't matter how honest you are and how much you actually genuinely believe something to be true. It doesn't matter, because there's always going to be people on the internet that will just try and ruin it for the sake of ruining it and just make you feel stupid for your beliefs, you know? So like I said in previous videos, I've decided to make a split between like ghost hunting, like with the equipment, and like my spiritual advice stuff. Like, I have 2 different worlds, and I don't think I want to collide them, because, you know, I feel like I'm a badass like beach, you know, but at the same time I'm also like, I'm like sensitive sometimes. If I was constantly getting people online just like hounding me, saying like, you know, you made up that Ouija board, I don't blah 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 blah, just going on and on, I think it would make me really sad, and I just want a happy space. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just not going to bother with anything like that, because with a Ouija board, you can't prove that no one's moving the glass. Whether I know, that is a very loud, what is that? Very inconvenient. Very rude. Anyway, whether I know 1,000% that me and whoever I'm with, I trust them not moving it, I can't prove that to any of you guys watching at home. Do you know what I mean? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So there's no point, because you can have the purest soul in the world and the little trolls on the internet. That's how I picture them, by the way. If any of you watch, any of you are trolls, that's what you look like in my brain. They'll just ruin it for you just for the sake of it. So there's no point, you know? Keep that stuff separate. I'm a very intuitive person, and sometimes in videos I will say, oh, I feel like there's a gentleman here. Like, I can't explain it other than you just feel a male energy, you know? Or like, sometimes it'll say like children, I'll be like, that's not a child, because I can feel energy. But I'm very reluctant in videos to say what I can intuitively feel or pick up on, because I can't prove it. Do you know what I mean? And the tin tone, they'll just ruin it for me, and I'll be like, maybe I'm just insane, you know? And I'm not insane, but I am insane, but like in the best way, you know? So we keep that separate. We enjoy that in a different space of our lives. But yes, anyway, the Ouija board. Don't do it unless you are protected, you know how to protect yourself and the board, you have a strong intuition, you trust yourself, you got your spirit guides there to protect you, you know? Just don't do it. Don't do it. If your kids are like, I want to play with the Ouija board, no. If you're any children watching, no. Don't be stupid like me because you'll traumatise yourself, alright? Anyway, that is going to be the end of this lovely Ouija board story. And I am going to end this video as I end all videos on all of my channels. And that is with, I hope you have a good day or a good night, whatever it is when you watch this video.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear